Hello! Today I'm sharing some of my most used Sephora products that I reach for on a regular basis. When a product is good enough to stay in the regular rotation of a beauty reviewer or a beauty expert, I find hearing about those products as helpful as hearing about new product reviews. Some of these have been in my life a really long time, while others became fast favorites because they're just that good. And I figured this would be a fun video to do if you like to plan ahead like I do, because the Sephora Holiday Savings event is right around the corner in about 2 weeks, starting on October 27th, and it ends November 6th this year. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I like to start getting my list ready early, so if you're like that too, let's get into these products from Sephora that I reach for the most. I'm continuing to help spread the word that you can earn both Kohl's rewards and Beauty Insider points on your Sephora purchases at Kohl's in-store, online, or you can order online and pick up in-store. And I'm excited to partner yet again with Sephora at Kohl's for today's video. Beauty Insiders can save up to 20% during the event, depending on your individual tier level, and every tier saves 30% on Sephora collection products. If you're not yet a Sephora Beauty Insider, it's free to join so you can earn points and save. I have the link to join and the event specifics, dates, and details down below in my description box and my top pinned comment, along with everything I'm sharing today. This is a multitasking face palette that I have talked about a lot here on my channel. I think everybody needs this. It is one of the most versatile products in my entire makeup collection. I have it both on my eyes and my face today. It's one of those no-brainer products that I can't live without, and I use it all the time. This is Smashbox Cali Contour Face Palette. So first off, it has a nice sized mirror that does flip all the way back, which is really nice if you want to lay it flat down on your vanity. The quality here is fantastic. So you're not sacrificing quality to have everything all in one palette. Sometimes that happens. This champagne highlighter is one of the best highlighters I've ever used. It's worth having this palette just for that highlighter. But in addition to that, this contour has the perfect gray undertone to it to give you that shadowy look that you want from a contour shade. So this is my newer version. This is my beat up old version. I had to buy a new one because I completely used up the contour in this one, and I've hit pan on the bronzer. So now I keep one upstairs and I keep one downstairs. But this is a really versatile, universal blush shade. It's flattering on so many different skin tones. I've used it on my eyes and my face, and the bronzer especially. I used it today as bronzer, also in the crease and transition area of my eye. Sometimes I use it on my lower lash line, sometimes on my eyelid if I just want a quick matte one and done look. What I have on my eyelid today though is this golden champagne shimmer. It works really beautifully for my light medium skin tone on my eye. It just works really well. But if you have deeper skin tone, or if you like a gold highlighter on your cheeks, you might really like this on your cheeks. I just prefer a champagne highlight on my cheek, and I love this champagne highlight. I like to use it as a typical highlighter and also in the corner of my eye and to highlight my brow bone sometimes, although I didn't use it around my eyes today. I only used it on the tops of my cheekbones. And you also have a highlighting powder. Here you can set your face with it, you can touch up with it. It's probably my least used product in this palette, but everything else I use. This is great to travel with. It's great to get ready quickly because it's basically got everything you need in it to use on your face and your eyes, except for liner and mascara and of course your foundation products. This is a no-fail product for me that I reach for on days when I want to get ready quickly. I don't want to have to reach in and out of a bunch of different pans. It's going to give me a soft, pretty look every time, and I just will not be without it. That was a product that's been with me a while, but this I discovered within the past year, I think, and it quickly became a fast favorite. I have two Huda Beauty lip contours now. So the first one that I tried was Honey Beige, and I fell in love with it right away. This is kind of a neutral beige cut with a little bit of pink, so it's not too brown, but it was the formula I fell in love with. It glides on, there's no tugging whatsoever. It's extremely pigmented, so it's great if you like to slightly overline your lips because it just is so smooth, and it kind of fills in your lip lines. There's ingredients in here that are supposed to be plumping and nourishing, and they do stay put once they're on without drying your lips out, which is something I appreciate. So I have another shade that I got somewhat recently. This is Pinky Brown, which is very, very close to my natural lip shade. I mean, you hopefully were able to see how easily that just drew on the back of my hand. So we have Pinky Brown here and Honey Beige here, both neutral, one a little bit more pinky neutral, the other a little bit more beigey brown neutral. Another thing that I like is that these twist up, but you can sharpen them. So it's a retractable pencil that doesn't dull the way a lot of retractable pencils do because you can't sharpen them, and it's a little less messy than a traditional pencil liner. These became fast favorites, and I would like to add another shade or two to my collection during this year's holiday savings event because I use these often. I may even replenish or get backups of these two because I use them a lot. Let's talk about what's on my lips now. I have it applied over the Huda Beauty Pinky Brown lip liner that I just showed you that I said was very close to my natural lips color. This is the Kosas Wet Stick Moisturizing Shiny Sheer Lipstick. I am getting more shades of this. I have the one that I have on now. This is the shade Malibu, which is described as a cool mauve pink. And I'd like to get a shade that's a little bit more beigey nude, not brown, just more of maybe even a peachy beigey nude. So here's a very messy swatch that I just did, and it looks pretty true on the swatch to what it looks like on my lips, which makes sense since the lip liner is very close to my natural lip shade. I love the formula of this so much that it is pretty much living in my purse. And if I change purses, it goes from purse to purse. These have squalane and ceramides and mango butter to smooth, soften, and moisturize, hyaluronic acid to attract water and lock in hydration, and peptides to visibly plump your lips. This is a lip hybrid product that has done it really well. It has a nice soft consistency that's not too soft that it smushes down when you apply it, but yet it glides on in a really nice way, kind of like a balm or a stick gloss. It obviously treats with all the ingredients and plumps, so it's kind of like a lip treatment, balm, lip gloss, lip tint formula, but yet it has more pigment than just a tinted gloss. I love it. It's so convenient to apply to because of the size of the bullet. I'm definitely getting more because I use this a ton. I also love that it has this little magnetized lid. It's the little things, but I like that too. Because I just talked about this foundation recently and I talk about it all the time, I'm going to keep this very, very brief, but it needed to be in this video because it is one of my most used Sephora products for a good reason, or several good reasons. This is Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation. I know I'm a broken record with this, but I just put it in my top long wearing foundations list. That video came out a few weeks ago. I'll put it up in a card so you can watch it after this video if you haven't seen it yet, and down in my description box in my top pinned comment. And I have entire videos dedicated to it for a reason. This gives beautiful natural coverage that lasts all day. And by all day, I mean all day and all night and probably the next day. It stays on and it's great for all skin types. It also mixes into other foundations really well. So if you have a sheer foundation that maybe is a little bit more matte, but that doesn't last as long, you can add a little bit of this in there and it'll increase the longevity a little bit. You can take this up to full coverage if you want, but you don't have to. You can get nice medium coverage from this if you apply less and use a damp sponge. I have a video on how to apply this properly so that it never looks cakey. It's a no-fail foundation for me that I reach for to use alone, to mix in other foundations when I need something that's going to be bulletproof and stay on all day or all night or for a really long time and just look the way it did when I applied it. Now, I rarely talk about this. I don't know why. It just never comes up for some reason, but I use this so regularly. This is Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I don't use this under my eyes because it is far too drying for that, but on my face, it works beautifully. I usually dip a tiny brush in it. Sometimes I'll then swipe the product on the back of my hand and warm it up a little bit, but sometimes I find I don't even need to do that. But if I have a red spot or a blemish, or if I just want to cover some of my sunspots, this does it perfectly. It blends into my skin invisibly and has an undetectable soft matte finish, and it dries down without looking dry, and it stays all day. I'm in the shade Canal, and this has been no fail for me for years now. Every now and then I'll dip into one of my under eye concealers and use that for my face, but I always go back to this. It's just a really beautiful face concealer for me. Some days I wake up and I have good skin days and I don't need this at all. Other days, this is my savior. This is what I reach for. It lives in my vanity and it's not going anywhere. When I first bought this palette, I didn't realize how much I was actually going to use it. I thought I would probably like it because it's neutral, but I didn't realize how indispensable it was going to be to me, how much I was going to pull it out of my vanity day in and day out. This is Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes. And if you are a subscriber of mine, you're probably sick of me talking about this palette, but that should tell you how important it is to me. So the first thing that surprised me when I got it is how compact it is. Compared to other Too Faced palettes, it's very slim and just a little bit more compact. And that was a pleasant surprise for me because if I want to travel, it's just more convenient. I also loved that, similar to the Smashbox Cali Contour, the mirror is a nice size. It folds all the way back if I want to set it down flat on my vanity. Both the mattes and shimmers have really nice quality. I like the layout of this palette. I want to say this is the first palette that Too Faced did with this layout, and I really like it. And I like the kind of gradient situation that they have. It just makes it kind of a no-brainer to use. I use this for complete eye looks, elaborate looks, and also for very easy looks. I'll just do a liner and a quick transition shade and call it a day. Some days I'll swipe a shimmer on my lid and use a liner. It's very easy. If I'm using a one and done cream eyeshadow or something like that, this is a great palette to pull out to also highlight my inner corner, or to line with, or to grab a transition or a crease shade from, or to do any one of those things if I'm using another palette that maybe is missing one of those. There are so many palettes out there that don't have brow bone highlighters or don't have a shade deep enough to line with. So I'll just pull this out. I reach for this a lot because it's all encompassing. It's just user-friendly, neutral, and versatile. And the whole premise of my channel is everyday beauty made easy. And that's what this palette gives me, which in turn means it's used a lot, and that's what this video is about, so I had to include it here. There are certain moisturizers that my skin just really takes to, and this was one of them. My skin just absolutely loves this, and I'm going to show you how much my skin loves it. I have a refill on the way. So this is how much I have left of the Glow Recipe Plum Plump Hyaluronic Cream, and I do love that it comes in refillable packaging. So that's what it looks like. There's something about Glow Recipe in general that my skin really agrees with. So this has hyaluronic acid, which not only hydrates skin and plumps it and keeps it looking bouncy, but it also has polyglutamic acid, which is a hydrating peptide that boosts the effects of hyaluronic acid and locks in moisture. So you're getting, I guess, a boost up effect from the hyaluronic acid without added oiliness or greasiness. It's also got plum and ice willow herb, and plum brightens and hydrates, and ice willow herb balances skin. It's got a lightweight kind of whipped consistency. It sinks right in my skin, and they say it's good for all skin types. It's been really great for my combination skin. I do feel like it helps keep it balanced and give it a glow. I am someone that rotates various moisturizers, and of course I test new products and I'm always trying new things, but I did repurchase a refill because I love this. This is one that I am keeping in my rotation. I do feel like I smell that plum in here right when I apply it. It's really pleasant. I find that all Glow Recipe products that I've tried anyway have a light, refreshing, very faint scent to them. And the ones that I like, I really, really like. And this is one of them. I just feel like it helps me stay balanced and moisturized without added greasiness. And my skin just loves it. Have I said that? I think I've said that like 5 times, but clearly I've used this a ton and I'm keeping it around. Now I have another long-term love that some of you are probably sick of hearing about, but it is one of my most used products that I keep on hand. This is Tatcha, the Rice Wash. I always rebuy this during the holiday savings events because I always keep this on hand. This is my luxury face wash that I love. I really don't want to be without it. It's a pH neutral soft cream cleanser. It's got rice and hyaluronic acid. They base this cleanser on the rituals that Japanese women have been using for years and years and years, using the milky water left over from rinsing rice. It's got Tatcha's signature softening blend in here, and it just leaves your skin feeling soft, comfortable, and hydrated and cleansed, but never stripped. I just love the texture of this. It kind of comes out feeling like a paste, but then it just morphs into this luxurious feeling cleanser as it's mixed with water. And I can't tell you how many tubes of this I've gone through. I know some people think that cleansers just get rinsed away, so why spend money on them? Sometimes it is about the experience, but if you've ever used a cleanser that has stripped your skin or broken you out, you know that a cleanser can make a difference on your skin. And this is one that I feel really does soften and do good things for my skin. So I continue to keep it in my rotation, either by my sink or in my shower, but it is one of my most used Sephora products. Every single time I share my results, my experience with this next product, I get questions and skepticism. What it goes back to for me is that the products that we're talking about in 2023 are not just basic products anymore. Lipsticks aren't just lipsticks. They have beneficial ingredients. Moisturizers aren't just moisturizers. They have products that actually help replenish things we lose as we age. Products have made a lot of improvements over the years. So in this case, a lip balm is not just a basic lip balm anymore. And those of you who have had the same experience that I have know what I'm about to say. With age, our lips become less full and we start to lose pigmentation. The perimeter of our lips can become faded and uneven. That was happening to me several years ago. I was having to spend a lot of time evening out the outer perimeter of my lips with lip liner, just with a natural looking lip liner so that my natural lips would look even. I started using this just to hydrate my lips. That's all I was doing. It was a lip balm. I didn't even really notice that gradually the pigmentation around the perimeter of my lips was becoming more pronounced and I was having to line less and less. I don't have a time frame because, like I said, I wasn't really looking for that to happen. I just noticed that I wasn't having to spend as much time lining my lips, but I was starting to get a lot of questions in my comment section when I didn't have makeup on, if I had my lips tattooed or if I had lip liner on, because some days it just looks like I have lip liner on. It's kind of weird, but there is an ingredient in here, tripeptide 1, that hydrates and visibly plumps lips to give better looking definition to the lip line, and I 100% attribute that to what happened to my lips, which I am very thankful for because I spend less time lining my lips now. It's also got avocado oil, which is an excellent source of omega-3, antioxidants, vitamins A, D, and E that provides intense moisture and helps soften rough chapped lips. It has mongongo oil, which intensely moisturizes and helps maintain your skin barrier function. And it has green tea leaf and vitamin C to help neutralize environmental aggressors that cause premature visible signs of aging. So there are all kinds of good things in this little lip balm that have done great things for me. So not only has it done that, but it's one of the key lip balms that I keep on hand because it actually does a great job of keeping my lips hydrated and never chapped without making me feel like I'm addicted to it, if you know what I mean. Now, I do love lip balms, so I do use other ones too, but I do like to make sure that I rotate this pretty regularly, even if I am using other ones, just to make sure that that outer pigmentation stays because I don't want it to fade again. I don't notice a scent with it, so if you don't like scents or taste with your lip balms, this is one that you would enjoy too. It's really important to clarify your hair once a week, no matter what hair type you have, because it gets rid of any buildup on your hair, on your scalp. It's good if you're feeling like your hair's a little more limp than usual or just lackluster. It can help revive it. I've tried a lot of clarifying shampoos, and my favorite, hands down, my most used throughout my entire life is Ouai Detox Shampoo. It's great for all hair types. And my bottle kind of got crushed, so we're gonna have to just ignore that, but I am going to be restocking this once the holiday savings event starts. This is color safe because it's infused with hydrolyzed keratin, which helps soften, smooth frizz, and add shine. And it's got apple cider vinegar, which helps exfoliate and remove flakes, residue, and buildup, and keep your hair healthy and shiny. I like this because it clarifies effectively without stripping my hair, and it leaves it shiny afterwards. A lot of clarifying shampoos I've used in the past have been really bad for my highlights. They've also just made my hair look kind of dull after and not soft, or they smell really bad. This has, they say, their Melrose Place scent, but it's not overwhelming. It's a really light scent. They describe it as having hints of bergamot, lychee, cedarwood, and white musk, but it's pleasant. Sometimes I get overwhelmed by really heavily scented shampoos, and to me, this is not heavily scented. You could absolutely use something like apple cider vinegar, but it doesn't smell good, and it doesn't leave your hair soft and manageable after like this does. And using it once a week means it's going to last you a long time. It's just become an essential for me that I work in my routine and use regularly and always repurchase. Each time the Sephora holiday savings event rolls around, I upload a cluster of recommendations videos of various types that you guys seem to find helpful and really enjoy. So if you're not subscribed, be sure and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss those or any upcoming videos. And to see some products that worked out for me that I loved recently and some that didn't, be sure to click here and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.